Okay, welcome back to the Exponential podcast. I'm Chick and I'm joined by Frank.
Hi, Chika. How you doing? And
Yeah,
hi to our listeners again. Welcome back to another episode.
yeah. The Champions League is back. We've been waiting. Is back. We've been waiting for so many months now, and I think the new format they nailed it with the new. I don't know. I like the new format. I just love it because you have commercial is good. That's how it's done in the NBA and that's how it's done in the NFL. Like everybody
Yeah,
plays everybody. Sometimes you play, especially the NBA. Even the World Series, the baseball is more. The baseball has a lot of games. The NBA is 82 games. So that's why I'm looking at the football players. We talk about that, complaining about fixtures. You get paid for it. You have an
yeah,
association. Get your association to find that your club makes money. When you want to negotiate, you negotiate because of the money, but you are here crying. Let's go with the first one. Are you ready?
yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh,
Let's
okay,
dive in.
let's go with Liverpool and Milan. Yesterday, Liverpool beats AC Milan at the San Siro 3-1. And then what are your takes for the game? Well,
It was a very there's a lot of history between these two teams, AC Milan and Liverpool. And I felt this match did not match the quality of the overall the prestige of this tie. I found AC Milan to be quite, in my opinion, quite poor on the day. Although they took an early lead with Christian Pulisic, who seems to always get a goal against Liverpool somehow. But after they went a goal up, they just malfunctioned as a team. They couldn't play out of the back. They couldn't control the midfield. They couldn't get likes of Pulisic, Loftus-Cheek, Leao, even Morata into the game. There were a lot of sloppy passes. The build-up was very shaky. Magic Mike was he made a few good
he
saves.
had a very poor game.
No, but I think he made a few saves because I think Salah had a shot that came off the post, that came off his leg. But I also felt like he was every goal, every now and then was always on the floor receiving treatment. And I said to a friend like, oh, this must be this is one time where you have an injury prone goalkeeper. And ultimately went off in the second half to a bad injury. But I felt for AC Milan, it wasn't really good enough in terms of what they're trying to build with this new coach. The coach we like very much, Paulo Fonseca. But
I
with
love Fonseca.
and I personally don't know why because I've never seen it.
I'll explain
But
to you.
but Liverpool, this is exactly what you needed. Coming off a bad result on the weekend, you get back to a different competition against a somewhat strong opposition. You will go down, but you rally. The press was fantastic yesterday. Gakpo Subosla, I think in my opinion, Subosla was the standout player on the day, where his industry, his energy, his work rate, covering every blade of grass was important. Salah had one of his funny nights again, where he looked he kept trying to get a goal or trying to create something, but just couldn't get the final pass or the shot correct. But I felt Liverpool looked imperious from the back to the midfield to the front. Two centre backs popping up with two goals, Van Dijk and Konate. Because I always feel Liverpool, with the size they have in those two centre backs, they should be scoring more from set pieces. But it was good to see them with some fantastic delivery from Trent and left back who came in for Robertson Temiskas. So Konate, Van Dijk were good on the day. But for me, I felt Suboslai was man of the match in my opinion. He was in charge of that midfield.
Okay, for me, I'm not here to talk about Liverpool. Everybody knows what Liverpool is all about. I'm not here. But all I'll have to say about Liverpool is that you saw how they started in the first half. If they start like that against a big team or against an
Yeah,
experienced team, they'll be punished because not every team will give you the opportunity to come back like Milan
yeah,
did. They slept. If you watch their first game against Ipswich, they woke up in the second half. Against Nottingham Forest, also they slept all through. Yesterday again against AC Milan, they were asleep in the first 10 minutes. You can't win a trophy or you can't be champions if you keep waiting for other teams to wake you up. Jose Mourinho's winning side of Chelsea, we are very, very alarmed on it. You talk about so many teams, you don't let that happen. Salah
yeah,
had Salah was not the Salah that we've known, but he didn't have a bad game. Even at Salah's
yeah.
poor game, he's way better than 70%
It's,
of players. So I'm not talking about the Liverpool compact. They were compact. They were disciplined. Like if you look at after they consider the first goal, you look at them to the end. That is what this coach wants. And if they continue to play like
Yeah,
that, I don't see them losing. They had Tomikas
yeah,
and all those. I'll have to my today. I'm talking about AC Milan. I like Fonseca. The reason why I like Fonseca is he might not be the best coach, but he's like a. I also liked Pochettino. He's a coach that when you have, he can work with whatever you have and he can achieve if you let him. You look at what he did for Roma. Roma sacked him. Roma have sacked him. They sacked Jose. They've sacked De Rossi this morning. So
exactly. Yeah,
it tells you
yeah,
that. So what are you doing? He went to Lille also. He went to Roma and he reached. I think it was the semi-final of the Europa League. He went to Lille. He qualified for the. He went all the way to the. Was it the semi-final or the quarter-final of the Conference League? It was Aston Villa that beat him. I remember that game with
yeah. I think
yeah.
the quarterfinal.
Yeah, they are playing the Champions League now. So he took that little side and he did something. To me, I was against sacking Stefano Pioli for Milan
I
because I was
I
against it.
agree. Yeah,
It didn't make sense for me because I looked at Stefano also. I remember when he was with Inter, I didn't rate him, but when he was with AC and he won a title, and the problem I'm having with AC is I'm looking. I don't think the people running the club are football people. I think they have economics or statistics because they like AC Milan to me is Chelsea 2.0. They have
no,
lots of
and
players.
no, but no, and this is that's a good point you brought. Like you mentioned Chelsea, but this is why I disagree with that Chelsea 2.0. It's in terms of I don't care what data you're looking at, what football model you're looking at. If it's Moneyball, if it's you're looking at a mystic ball that predicts the future, but any recruitment policy that points out a player like Emerson Royale as a
Yeah.
pickup for you as right back, that for me that's worrying because we all know because he's not exactly cheap. We've seen his performances in
Yeah,
recent
yeah,
years
yeah,
in
yeah.
Premier League, and we've seen his performance so far in Italian football. He's not the level, especially when you need a player to come in
It's
at right
never
back
been.
to exactly. So when you need a player to come in at right back to either push out the AC Milan cap Calabria, who I thought was poor on the day yesterday. But we talk about Chelsea, but in terms of Chelsea's recruitment, even we see with players they've pinpointed to get, with you can see the talent there. Some
Yeah.
people might not agree on the tenets of recruitment where they have where it's younger players for cheaper fees, cheaper wages, but of like you see John Duran, Olise, even
Yeah, yeah,
Bakola
I
last
get what
season,
you're trying to
they're
say. Like
all they're
what
all
Crystal
talent
Palace does. I get what you're saying.
exactly they're all
Yeah.
talented players, but with AC Milan it's been it's a terrible concussion where you're just getting random parts to
It's
try and
it's
get
it's,
to
it's
try and
very
get a
bad.
fit in.
They have to where is it? They have Okafor. These guys have been there for like
It's
6 seasons and they're not yet
exactly and
convinced.
it's
But
a,
you
it's
know,
a,
the
it's a,
problem started with when you had Giroud and he achieved. The certain player they had Diaz. So when you have those sort of players that did well, Theo Hernandez is one of those players. He was built to be good. He did it. Theo Hernandez, he had Giroud, he had Diaz. These are players. I think Diaz is the one that came from us. I mean, Manchester City, right? It was Manchester City. Then he's in Real
yeah,
Madrid. So these are players
and
that we
there's
don't
yeah.
expect, but they worked out. To me, Pulisic is working out right now.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So now, but you have it, but there are other players who are not living up to the whatever, up to what you expect. Because look at Loftus Cheek, I can he can control the game, but you partner him with, but the defense though, I think the
Is what
defense the problem I have is their midfield and the attack. Because, for example, and I'll go hard at you right now, very very hard, very 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 hard, and you should receive it. I've never rated Rafael Leao. The problem I had, I've always told you, the
no,
problem I have with Real
no.
is that if I get 60 million, if I get 50 million, I'll sell Real, I'll get Harvey Baines. The
Um,
problem
but
now
it's
he's
no.
talented.
I
Yeah, Rafael
understand.
was walking on the pitch. If you're not Eddie
Yeah,
Hazard, you can't walk on the
yeah.
pitch. If you're not Hazard, you
Not
can't walk on the pitch.
not
He
not even
wasn't
Hazard.
offering it.
If you're not Messi, you have to put the work in.
Mhm.
And I feel with AC Milan, that's been the overall sense of the club where they feel either the best players they've had in recent years, they've ultimately sold them like Tonali, Frankesi and whatnot. But also
And they still want to Atlanta. They were not patient with him, although
yeah,
he was expensive.
exactly.
One,
Yeah,
but
but
I had a Belgian guy. Yeah,
Charles the captain, who is now doing fantastic at
back in
Atlanta.
Atlanta. Yeah.
But but I feel even from that title winning team, the players have remained. Magic Mike,
Somebody,
Tomori,
yeah,
Rafael Leao, even
Calabria.
Calabria, Benacia, who are the injury problems as well. But even the players that remain, Leao, Tomori, they've in a way
They've not gone.
regressed.
They've not gone. Yeah, 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 yeah.
They've not gone to that next level.
Next level. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I saw Tomori yesterday and I looked like, maybe Southgate was right all along, not calling up to the England setup where yesterday he looked not of the level playing in a Champions League team against Liverpool for AC Milan. I don't know if it's a structural problem. That's why I felt Liverpool AC Milan fans were very hard on Pioli. Where if you sack a manager like Pioli, you then have to replace him with a manager that comes in, improves the players he has, not just world class players or manager like Conte that comes in makes demands for the likes of
But, but,
Lukaku or
but I
McTominay, but you
feel.
have to work what you have.
I feel is. I feel. I don't mean to curse people out, but I feel if you look at that game and you think the manager is the problem, then you don't know football. Those
But I
guys
think
are not. Those guys are not good
no.
enough. First of all,
But
he needs time. Yeah.
But I'll disagree with this. But it's not just yesterday, because even if you follow this last start of the season, it's been very patchy so far, where they concede goals, and some of the goals is you can say, okay, like against Lazio, it was down to, you can put it down to individual problems where Emerson Royal gets beaten by Tavares, the left back on loan from Arsenal, Lazio, with the same move on the
They have
overlap
Tavares.
twice.
They have
Yeah,
Tavares.
it's
The
Lazio.
guy that
Yeah,
didn't succeed in Arsenal. That are you
yeah,
serious?
it's a Lazio. But yeah, exactly. I know, but he gets beaten. Emerson Royal gets beaten twice on the same move, and they don't know how to react. But I feel if you've brought in this new manager and the way it looks like it's a matter of time before he gets the sack,
They'll
especially
sack him. They'll sack him.
with what Roma have done now. Because sometimes it takes one club together to make that decision, the second manager. Then another club that's flirting with that decision, they put that trigger as well. But with AC Milan, comes back to the same problem. Even if you get rid of Paulo Fonseca, who do you legitimately replace him with?
But if you follow football, you will know that there's some managers that have been there. This thing that Atlanta guy is doing, he's been doing it ever since. He just needs patience. I feel the recruitment guys are not working in tandem with the coach. They go and
I
get
agree.
whoever,
I agree.
then the
I
coach,
agree. I
before they
agree.
put you on.
Because even like with the point you just made, like after the game during the press conference, like they asked him like, okay, the midfield was unbalanced today. What's the solution? He said we can't play 4-3-2. We have to play 4-2-3-1. In there, you have to force a player like Tijani Renders, who's a deep line playmaker, as your number 10 trequartista, because you don't necessarily have that creative number 10 player or that traditional number 10 player. Then you're then left with Loftus-Cheek, who I feel is always better in the midfield three, and you have Fofana, who's also better in the midfield three. But that balance is just off. Where
But
it seems simple,
but
it seems so logical. Where you just, you know what, you flip it, you play three guys in midfield, you're combative there, you control the ball, you get your foot on the ball and play football. But I don't know if he's tactically flexible enough,
yeah,
or he's
no,
one
no,
of those
no,
he's
no.
one of those coaches. Like I feel I put him in that deserving category where we have to do it my way. There's no flexibility, there's no caution, there's no reaction to what you're seeing in
Postecoglou
terms of
also.
results.
Postecoglou.
Exactly. So, and with those, and with Milan now, I feel it looks like Magic Mike is going to be out for a while, and with the Milan derby on the weekend on Sunday, and this is a fixture they've not won in a long time. They are going on a historical run of defeats against their neighbours Inter Milan. It's I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but it feels like this might be a watershed moment for them. If they lose that game on Sunday,
No, they will sack him.
something might have to. But again, it comes down to this: if you then sack him, he brings out that. Like,
They don't
but you know
care.
what? I think we'll keep
Let's
an
go
eye
to
on
the
that.
next. I don't know. That's not the solution. Let's go to the next one. Real Madrid, Stuttgart, right? It ended. It was 3-1. If you watch the game, the scoreline is totally different from what you watched
But
because
it's like, but I feel it's like it's been like this is all Madrid's games so far this season, where
well, yeah,
most of their games they could easily be losing 3-0 at some point in those games, but they find a way to either draw or ultimately win the game, and I feel this is the new Madrid now. This is how they play.
If I'm a European coach and I'm going against Madrid and I'm sent to scout or whatever and I watch that game, I'm going to be confident that if I have good players, I'll beat them. Because you watch that game, whoever is the coach of Stuttgart, what's his name? Honest, right? What's his name?
Sebastian Hoeneß.
The guy is good. Because he
Yeah, yeah,
went at Real Madrid. I was
yeah,
surprised he went at them toe to toe from the beginning, from
yeah.
the whistle.
It was
And they
very
were,
risky. It was very
yeah,
it
it
was
was
very
risky.
risky, but
But they
they
were
were very
rewarded.
aggressive.
But the
They were
problem is they
pressing
didn't take.
high.
I don't know why people go against Madrid and they don't take their chances. Is it? You look at Dortmund, man. They don't take. You are going to get
But
punished.
but like this is the point you make, and I feel this is something where in recent years Madrid they play on the mental side of the game where they play this mental warfare where they know they'll give away chances, but if the team gets those chances, you have to beat Rudiger, you have to beat Courtois when now that he's back, and Courtois these days looks unbeatable. He's saving. I know he considered yesterday, but he was Courtois literally in most games is the man of the match. Like he pulls off fantastic
Yeah,
saves
perfect.
after saves. Rudiger the same. Last day to defending blocks, tackles, and on the flip side is they have fantastic players. I think on the day I think Jude Bellingham was back to Madrid lineup. He was fantastic
But I
yesterday.
don't think
Jude
that team is
was
balanced.
it's not
Because
balanced.
if you attack them on the wing, if you look, Jude on paper was out wide
No,
on the
he
pitch.
was good. Yes, no,
No,
I
I'm
think he
not
was.
saying it's not good. I'm not saying it's not good. He played in the center. You look
Yeah,
at their center where they have Chomini and the other guy, who's the second person that partnered him before Modric came in.
uh, Valverde.
Baveda. Baveda wants to play on the wing, but he's being forced to play in the center. You look at Rudiger, they are very solid because you look at Mendy, he had a stupid yellow card or whatever, I forgot what happened. You look at
Yeah,
them, you look at their captain, the right back, he's getting older, he's no longer what he
yeah,
used to be. So the
yeah.
point I'm trying to say is that if you have skillful wingers, and that is why I think they struggle against Manchester City because City don't sit
Yeah,
back to play defense. City gives them, they give City. And if you notice, when the two sides play, Madrid are the
high
ones that
scoring.
try
It's
to play
always
more defensive a little bit more than City does. So if you have the
yeah.
firepower to match them, you go toe to toe with them. So the point I'm trying to say is that on the wing or on the side, wide, they're accessible. If you try to play them in the center, you can't because those guys they and why I feel they are beatable is that this is why I feel they are beatable. I watched Barca side for years and City side. Madrid doesn't keep the ball for long. They can lose the ball.
I feel they don't play. I feel Madrid they don't play enough football. They don't play enough with football to control games where
Yeah, they don't
everything
control.
seems
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it seems to be very
But
transitional
that's
where you get
exciting for the neutral.
it's exciting and but it's also but this is where some managers will find it very hard to balance it out because you have to be you can beat them or they give you chances so you try and press high you're high off the pitch but
Uh-huh.
in one moment like we saw with the first goal they scored where Chomeni pulls out this fantastic reverse pass that releases Rodrigo
Who passed that
and
pass?
set
The left back. Their
Chomeni
left back. Is it Chomeni? That was good.
Chomeni so they have this and it's not Chomeni is not one of those players that you put that can do that consistently. But they have, I think Madrid are a moments team. They always,
Yeah, yeah,
they play
yeah.
for they play for the moments when you get that fantastic pass, you release Rodrigo, he feeds Mbappe, fantastic 1-0 up. Okay, then they concede from a set piece. 1-1. Then you have Rudiger again from another set piece, 2-1 against his former club, Stuttgart. Then you defend deep again and you're on the counter where you release the Brazilian wonder kid,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hendrick,
And
where he's on the counter and he shoots from outside the
we
box. The
need
keeper
Bobby
should be doing
Charlton.
better. Yeah, the new Bobby Charlton.
But that tells me a lot. That tells me a lot about the boys' mentality. I love that. If you could say that Bobby
Exactly,
Charlton was so
exactly.
long. At 18 years old, you are saying Bobby.
It's like
I've never watched. I'm way older than Hendrik. I've never watched Bobby Charlton's clip.
but
For
that's
you
the
to say
mentality.
Bobby
No,
Charlton, that
exactly.
tells me that he is a hardcore. Like he is a
You're
hard
right.
guy. They
You're
don't
right
get people
because
like that these days.
yeah, because you see like very few players with the reputation he has, the profile in that squad, coming to that
Yeah,
squad.
yeah.
When you're on the counter attack with Vinicius and Mbappe on both sides. And the moment you took that shot, you could see a snapshot of their faces, Vinicius and Mbappe. It caught them by surprise because I felt they both expected a pass to come through from Hendrick. But it's like
Yeah.
no, And
He did pass
he
that, but
said
I
no.
was surprised.
He said
I
no.
was surprised.
He said no. I can't pass this ball. Bobby Charlton won't be happy if I pass this ball. He shoots from outside the box and he gets a fantastic goal. So, but that's the funny thing, man. And I feel with Madrid, the football will come, or it will appear to look more structured as time goes on when they
But
play more games together.
look at what Ancelotti pulled off. I don't know how he does that. Even till now, that Chelsea 4-4-2 diamond formation. What I see
But
on
this,
paper,
but this was, I
Balak
feel
was
this
on the
is
wing, but I never saw him on the wing. It was Cole who was bumping forward.
just, yeah.
Then it was SCN, Balak, Lampard, and who was the third person? Is it Mickey? I forgot it, but it
Um,
was the diamond formation. But
yeah.
he is just good in doing that. But now back to what I'm trying to say. Manchester United, Spurs, if they are watching this game, taking a closer look at Honest, the coach. But the problem I have, the only disappointment is the way they considered in a corner kick. I was disappointed because Rudiger was the only
Yeah,
person there.
yeah,
And they
but
had like five
it's
players. I don't the train of corners again. You see
no.
another person. Yeah.
I know. But I also think I feel we should give them like this is their first game back in the Champions League in many years. You're back away. They don't really. They sold a lot of their better players in this in
Yeah.
summer window. The striker went to Dortmund, Gurasi, and they sold the centre back to Bayern Munich as well. But I feel in terms of the approach, I feel a team like Stuttgart they will benefit from that game at this level where they say, okay, you know what, we can go to, especially with the new Champions League format, when you go away to Real Madrid, you know you don't have to play Madrid again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think this format can to help a lot. You'll see more exciting games when
And
it's
more
basically a
upset.
one exactly, and I feel it's because you know it's basically a one-off. You are against Madrid, one game away from home. You play on that day, you can get result. If you can't, but it will also show you your level, and this is why I feel I'm always happy when I see coaches or teams like that go out there and try and play football because you don't know your level until you go against the best.
Yeah, yeah,
When you
yeah,
go
yeah.
against the best, you see you can give, and I'm sure they probably had a discussion after the game between Ancelotti and the Stuttgart coach where he will give him a lot of credit. Like, you know what, you caused a lot of problems for me today.
Yeah,
We have to
I
make
didn't say
subs.
that.
We have to make subs. We have to find a way to grind that result today. And for me, that is credit to the Stuttgart coach. And of course, I believe a lot of coaches, a lot of teams out there looking at all these coaches like Thiago Motta last year,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Vincenzo Italiano at Fiorentina last year as well. This is one of those coaches where you feel like, okay,
Where is Italiano right now?
he'll replace Thiago Motta at Bologna.
What is damn?
I didn't, I personally, because
Fiorentina to Bologna. What are you guys
yeah,
talking about?
I'm not, I didn't quite like, but I feel it's an opportunity. Okay, Champions League, I can take it for a year, we'll see from there, but I didn't quite like that move. I felt,
But
I felt it,
he has been at Fiorentina for a little bit long though.
yeah,
There must be
but
something. Does it not appear good to people? Does it rub people off the wrong way?
no, but
Because-
I feel it's just a manage of convenience where you see, okay, and with Bologna, that selling point of the Champions League this season, he sells the project to a manager like Italiano. But I'm a big fan of Italiano. I felt
Yeah, you
clubs like
like him.
Roma, AC Milan, Lazio should have looked at him, even Napoli, but because he's one of those coaches that plays good football. Whenever they play, they always dominate the ball.
He's done it for a long
They
time.
create. I think like that. I think they have one of the highest XGs in Europe with Man City's Bayern Munich and Real Madrid as well. They create a lot of chances when he was there. But we'll see. But I think with Real Madrid, this is where the hunt for number 16 begins for
Yeah.
the 16th Champions League. So we'll see how
But
that
to me,
progresses.
the way it's done, it might be difficult for them to retain. Let's see the
We'll
format.
see. We'll see.
Let's
Let's
see.
see. I
Uh,
feel like you can never bet against Real Madrid. You can
let's go
never.
to
It's
let's go to the next one. Since Chelsea is not playing the Champions League, can I say my Aston Villa,
yeah.
young boys. It was 3-0, but that's another deceptive for the first 23 minutes of the game. Villa did not play anything. Young boys were on it, and they missed
I
lots of chances. And you
no.
look
Yeah.
at,
Yeah.
was it the second goal? Somebody was passing to the goalkeeper. I'm like, what are
Yeah.
you doing? Like, I don't understand. Now Villa. First of all, I'm so impressed with Onana. I
Yeah.
think Douglas Costa is still a better player, but Onana is better defensively to me, right? And also to me, Onana has more upside than Douglas. I've seen Douglas for a long time. I don't think, but he
Just
gives me something better. Yeah, but I feel Onana.
just like it gives you like because like you mentioned when we talked about Stuttgart and how they allowed Rudiger score from a set piece. I think Aston Villa are notorious for being a fantastic team of set pieces.
Yeah,
I think they are up there with Arsenal's and Brentford's in terms of what they do with their set piece routines and their set piece coach Austin McPhee is getting a lot of credit for what they're doing.
he's getting a lot
And
of credit.
you see like this is what football at this level is like when you go away from home, you're not in the game really, you're getting pressure, but you get a set piece and
Yeah,
you score from that, you score from a well worked set piece routine, you're 1-0 up. And this is where the experience of Unai Emery comes through, where they go goal up and it's Aston Villa all through.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
Aston Villa. They control that game. And what stood out for me was the midfield players, Ramsey, Tielemans, and Onana, where this midfield is one of the most balanced midfields you see in European football, where every player can do a bit of everything in terms of
yeah,
ball playing, physical,
yeah,
long passes, and also goal scoring as well. They all individually carry goal scoring threat because we see on the day all three of them score. So they
yeah,
control the game.
yeah,
They
yeah,
control the
yeah,
game. They all work hard. They work hard for each other, and they create chances. And with I felt Watkins was a bit unlucky not to leave with a goal. But
yeah.
I think he's in this weird form. This
But
is where he's not playing badly, but
funny
with
enough, funny enough, I look at the way he celebrated Duran when he scored. I'm like, there's no better pair like these two guys. And I
yeah.
don't like the way the press keeps saying, should he be starting? Man,
No,
Duran is
it's
good, but
working.
he can't start for now.
No, he
He's
will get
good, but
games.
he's Villa.
He will
Like,
get
at the
games.
end,
He will
if
get
you keep
games.
starting him, he can have bad games and all those. You don't need him to do that.
Yeah,
If it's the impact game and some games, he will start. So the partnership is working. And I don't want him to keep listening if he's going to be listening to the press saying he should be. No, no,
yeah.
no. But you see how Wake celebrated him, even if the goal was disallowed. I'm like, oh, this guy. If I'm a youngster right now, and I'm asked which Premier League manager would you like to play for, I'm saying my Emery. Apart from because
I
the
agree.
way he's
Yeah, I
picking
agree
them,
with you.
the-
Yeah,
Klopp does that a lot, and Klopp gets a lot of credit. Pep Guardiola does that a lot. Pep gets credit for it. He doesn't change so much, but whoever he brings in, he's playing Bogart today. He brings in Ramsey. It took him time, but now he's starting. He brings
yeah.
in Rogers from Boro. I'm like, what is happening? Do you understand? So he has a lot of youngsters and whatever they are
Yeah.
doing, and I think they have very good. When I watch Irebulen play for Everton, I'm like, damn, Villa has a very very good
And
pedigree.
it's also like even yesterday, like you mentioned with Duran, there's the quality in depth in that squad is substantial. They had the Emerson who played the Champions League final last season with Dortmund. They have Diego Carlos who's a Europa League winner with Sevilla a few years ago. You have Ross Barkley who has Champions League experience with Chelsea and
And
Chelsea as well. Then you also have Leon Bailey on the bench, Duran as well we spoke of,
what of
and
Taylor Mings? He's not back yet.
Timings is still out injured. Is still out injured.
Man,
So
it's
they
up to
have,
1 year now.
yeah, I don't know.
He had competition.
I'm not sure, but they have a lot of quality. But with players like Morgan Rogers, Jacob Ramsey, even John McGinn, who that was like it was good to see him playing captain in the Champions League game, especially with his
Yeah,
journey
yeah, yeah.
from Scotland to Aston Villa in the Championship, then now than the Champions League. But I think with Villa, it's you're with a manager who's played in European competition for 16 years running at the point before he came to Arsenal. So
Yeah.
he knows this competition. He knows this tough away days.
Hold on.
Sorry,
Only McGinn and Konsa are the remaining guys that came from Championship. And Matty Cash, right? Yes.
Matty
Konsa
Cash
came
was
from
there.
Championship. Konsa came from
Yeah,
Championship. McGinn came from
yeah,
Championship
yeah.
also. I don't know Matty Cash, but I'm suspecting he played in
I
the
think and
Championship.
Mings
Yeah,
was in the
Mings. No,
championship as
I'm
well.
just saying for
Yeah,
the team that played,
yeah,
Mings was there.
yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
that's a
yeah.
good.
And
That's
it's
good
also
for them.
like if you look at the starting level, very few players have Champions League experience. It's
No,
Tillmans has from his time in Anderlecht when he was a younger player. Pau Torres for Villarreal. So it's
um,
still Well, I feel the person who's in charge of the ship, it's Unai Emery, where
Yeah, right. That's why
this
I didn't tip them. I tipped them. I don't think they'll make top four. I feel Chelsea will take their place because of the quality. But the only reason I'm tipping Chelsea to make top four and Villa not to make top four is because Villa is in Champions League, and I feel Villa will qualify for the next round. I don't know if they can make it to the quarterfinal, but I know they'll qualify for the second round. Yeah, so with
I feel
that,
so
it's going
because
to
they have
distract them. Yeah, it's going to distract
if
them to some extent, especially with the extra game. That's the only. Oh, Chelsea is going to be distracted, but Chelsea has the squad to play that Euro Conference League way more. That's the reason. So let's go to the last one. Bayern Munich trashed Dinamo Zagreb. It's not the same team, but Chelsea struggled with them some years back, like 2 years ago. I think they
Tuchel
beat Tuchel here
Tuchel
too.
that was Tuchel's last game for Chelsea, and we thank God for that.
Fofana started that game and Obama. That was the first sign we knew Obama Yang wasn't gonna work with Obama Yang. Fofana made a mistake or something like that. I think he was dropped off the ball,
Yeah,
but they still
exactly.
had Danny Olmo then. So it was
That
it
no no
Danny
no
Olmo?
no that no Danuma left. Danuma left long time ago.
Oh, he wasn't in Dynamo
He
that
left.
season.
No, he left. He left.
Okay.
He's gone like almost 6 years now.
No, I'm not
He's got
talking
his
about yesterday. Oh, he's been gone like 6 years now. So he wasn't on
yeah.
that day that Chelsea they
No
beat
no no
Chelsea.
no no no. No, the big
Okay,
Chelsea. That game was like I
last three
feel like
years.
2 3 years ago. Just
Okay.
it's time is well. But with Bayern, this is a game where you expect Bayern to win at home against if a side like Dinamo Zagreb, where you expect players, your attacking players to run up the score, get a few goals, build confidence, and we see Harry Kane, he's had a good last 2 weeks where he's made his 100th cap for England, captain of 2 goals as well.
Mhm.
Scored a hat trick on the weekend in Bundesliga, then scores another hat trick today against Dinamo Zagreb. Though I personally, I felt he should have passed on. He should have passed on one of those penalties he got at the end of the game to another player to just
Get
spread the
the name of
goals
the
around.
country. Yeah.
Yeah, but with Dortmund,
But you know,
with Bayern,
strikers
it's
don't think like that. I don't
like
know. I think that thing irritates me. Shearer did that. Shearer
I
did
don't
it. There was a
begrudge.
game
Yeah, I
Lampard,
don't.
Drogba needed one goal. It was the last game of the season against Wigan, right? We had a
Yeah,
penalty. The second, it was if we scored that, it would be the second goal. And Drogba was was close,
yeah.
was the highest
Was
scorer,
good.
but he was Lampard had
Yeah,
one. And I expected him. He didn't do this. They tell you have to see the
yeah,
goal. I don't get it.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it's okay. But I feel like Olise's Champions League debut, it was fantastic. He's slowly building into the team, getting his
Have they won all
bearings
their
in
games
it.
in the Bundesliga?
Yes, they won all their games. Yeah, they won all their games so far. But
They were. If you look at them now, look at them under Tuchel. It's like they were unleashed under Tuchel. It's like
no,
now
well,
this guy
well,
has released. Yeah.
no, but like with Tuchel, like you said, we all know Tuchel has been. I think what happened last season was Tuchel was he wanted to play a reactive style of football at Bayern Munich, where you sit deep, you try and counter ball. In doing that in a team like Bayern Munich, you then get put a lot under a lot of pressure where and especially with that defensive part is not as strong as it should be, you then concede a lot of goals and you then go behind in games. And with players like Gnabry, Sane not being in good form, you can't really get back or get to that attacking momentum going again. So you ultimately lose games like that. And some of his tactical decisions last season were a bit questionable at best. But I think
But
with
you know,
this,
he's still loved in Munich. I'm surprised.
I don't think so.
No, but
I
they
don't,
didn't come, they didn't come for his head. The fans.
no, yeah, no, well,
For
no,
the
I feel
board to ask him to stay back, and the
no,
fans did. Yeah, I'm listening.
I know, but I feel like this is where Tuchel ended up in that sweet spot where a lot of Bayern fans recognize that the problem might be bigger than Tuchel, especially with the way they handled Nagelsmann and
Yeah.
the way they handled Nagelsmann in the past. So Tuchel got a lot of leeway in that regard. But regardless of what's happened in the past, I felt the management of that squad last season was poor from Tuchel, and it
No, it was
felt
four. It was
for the
four.
last part of the season, a manager who was almost on the way out from the beginning, where he started having doubts about certain players like Kimmich and Goretzka's okay. It's like, okay, you know what? It's fine. Whatever happens, happens. I'm not going to coach or put much effort into it. Then we'll see what happens. And ultimately got let go. But with Vincent Company, Bayern are more, they're a lot open at the back. They give away chances. But They are very aggressive. There's a lot of rotation in the front line. I feel Bayern they will score a lot of goals this
If
season.
I'm a young coach, or an owner of a football team or an executive, if I'm doing whatever, be it a doctor, a psychologist with football, whatever you are doing, I'll be praying and rooting that company succeeds. This
And
is why.
it's yeah,
Yeah.
exactly,
It's going to help the game because I don't like it when people only look at big managers. They look at what you want to do, the style you want to play, and whoever suits it. It doesn't mean you understand what I'm trying to say.
exactly,
Look at
exactly. I agree.
profiles of players. You look at Napoli before they got Sarri. They looked at the model, the style they want to play. So look at the guy doing so well in Brighton this season. To me, he will still have a bad run though, but
Yeah,
not
no,
now. But
I like
you understand? He does, but before he has to be a big name. You just go and get Tuku. Just go. No, no, no. Football hasn't gone like that. Look at Feyenoord. If someone is doing it well at Feyenoord, you get the person.
exactly,
Sometimes it works
exactly.
out. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Yeah.
And it's also important. Like I felt after the game, this was I feel with into a month or two into the short time about Munich, he picked this moment yes after this win to come out and basically defend his appointment as Bayern Munich manager, where he says like if you looked at my career coming out as an immigrant in Belgium, it's an immigrant family, then going on to play football and win the stuff I won with Man City and whatnot, the percentage would have been 0.000. Nobody would
Yeah.
expect my background, a person of my background, my ethnicity, making it to this level, yet winning as much as I've won. And also getting this opportunity let's not forget he's a black man coaching, one of the very few black coaches in European football. So it's very, I feel
Yeah,
the
I
guy has
didn't
a
think
very,
about it. I didn't think about it that way.
it's,
It
so
just
I
got to
think,
me right now.
so I think,
Oh, he's a black
I
guy.
think
It's never occurred to me. What
so I
English?
think
Not. Oh
No,
yeah.
so I think it's important to show that it's not just we don't know how good he will be at the job, but it's important for people like him to
That.
get these opportunities to ultimately prove themselves because until he gets it, because we don't know how he's gonna go. But so far it's looking okay. Players
Yeah,
are
yeah.
scoring
But I
again,
don't
the
think. I
attackers.
think they will still. I think they will get found out in the Champions League. Maybe it's quarter final.
Yeah,
They need
yeah. I feel
You can win them.
defense.
It's for
Yeah,
next season. I'll start paying attention to them. He will
yeah.
just
Because
look
I
into
feel
it.
I feel Birmingham, I think they need a bit of with not transition, but they need that.
So the lot
They
of
needed
players
fresh ideas. They needed
really
fresh
pressure.
ideas in that team.
But I
So
like the
and
way he handled it. He didn't come like he's rocking the boat. Next season
exactly,
he's going to
just
take his time and
like
then
yeah,
he doesn't have the
and like
catches
also
to win the boat right now.
I think one part of his management I've liked about him was how he's handled players like Manu Neuer, Harry Kane, and Kimmich and Neuer, where he's giving them that respect they deserve in terms of Muller and Kimmich, where he's not trying to shake up things like, in terms of Kimmich's position on the pitch. Is he a right back or is he a centre midfielder? Muller getting enough minutes because one Muller is getting towards the end of his career now, but still respected him and giving him good opportunities to come in and show his quality as well. Neuer feels revived again. He looks okay, but I think he went off injured yesterday. But with Hurricane looks fresher compared to what it looked in the Euros. I don't know if it's the preseason break that has helped him a lot. But with Bayern, they have a lot of firepower, but I feel for them, I feel the issues might be at centre back, where I'm not convinced with
No.
Upamecano and Kim Min-jae, and that's where I feel. But if they can outscore teams more
Yeah,
times than none,
they can do
I
that.
feel they'll be okay. But with them, I feel I'm not quite sure about where they might end up with the Bundesliga this season. So we'll see how that goes. But we come now. I'm happy got that job. It's like I said, it's important
Yeah,
for people.
that's the only reason why a player I watched growing up. I didn't even think he would make it as a manager. He was a below average player. Well, he had his physicality, but he
Who?
went to something more. I've forgotten the name. The black guy who played for West Brom. They had a black defender.
Yeah. Darren
Something
Moore.
more. Darren
Yeah,
Moore.
Darren
Yeah,
Moore. Yeah,
he's
he's
big,
gone.
he's huge. Apart from the
So if you,
physicality, he offers you nothing.
yeah,
I was so happy. He had a very good honeymoon first season in
yeah,
football. I'm like, oh,
and
he went
yeah,
downhill after that. Jimmy Flo
yeah, and
Hasselbank had a good one also. The first,
yeah,
I'm
but he
like,
couldn't. Yeah, but also on this point is Liam Rosinho at Chelsea's sister club Strasbourg.
yeah.
I'm happy coaches like because I feel it's like he's one of those good
But he
young
did well in
coaches.
Birmingham before they gave it to
Yeah, he
Ring.
did. He did well at Birmingham. He did well at Hull City before he got the sack. But I think he's one of those coaches that they just need that platform to position themselves as one of the better or one of the bright coaches in European football. Because you go to Strasbourg, if you do well in Strasbourg, who knows? You find yourself at PSG.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it's
Yeah, yeah.
so it's. I think it's that is this is what in terms of black coaches or black players going to coaching looking for that opportunity. I feel you can look at the likes of Vincent Company, William Rosino, because I also feel it's not just the football ability or the coaching ability, but it's also it's how they operate
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
terms
yeah,
of
yeah.
those
Handle
their
play,
inter
handle play. Yeah.
their interpersonal relationship they have with the players,
I think that's
with the
more
squad.
important than even
I think because if everyone who speaks or people who speak about Vincent Company and William Rosino as well, they also highlight that point that these two people are very.
But I think to me, I might not know, but 100% I feel to be a top coach, interpersonal relationship is
It's just
way
as
more
important.
important than
Yeah.
coaching because you can get an assistant who
Shout out
understands.
Tuchel.
Yeah, just he said,
Shout out Tuchel.
oh, that understands how very no, she
Yeah.
took doesn't have interpersonal. Like
Yeah.
if you remember, there's a guy I feel that was so good. What's his name? AVB. You look at, I think his
It just
interpersonal is so
like
bad, but you look
exactly
at
like
what he did.
you
Yeah,
saw
he can go. Yeah,
AVB
yeah,
comes to
yeah,
Chelsea, he then cast off Terry
yeah.
Lampard. Then you then you lose your way. Like, but I feel we come this so far. It's still early days, but it's looking good for him. So yeah.
Okay, Frank, that should be all for us today.
Okay.
Let's wait for the next one, for the next game. Shout out to everybody following us. If you have questions, like, share, comment, ask us question. I'll be back at it. Thank you very much. Have a good day,
Okay.
everyone.
Have a good
Bye
day.
bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.